Hey guys, it's Brian. Today we're going to go ahead and get into a matchup that was recently played between my Danger Shaddoll and Impcantation Nekroz. If you happen to notice, there will be moments where we do not recognize the Talon Slime effect, and I do apologize for that, but I was able to catch on to it later on. And since this game did take a while, you will be noticing that I will be fast forwarding a bit. So first off, I'm going to start off with the Nekroz of Brionac. He's going to search out his colossals, and if you can see here in the chat, I was joking around saying that he's lucky he didn't go first because I would have Dark Lawed him turn 1. So he's going to go with the Kaleidoscope, and then he's going to summon out this Manju. And as you can see, that Manju is going to search out his Unicorn. After going ahead and using the Candle by revealing the Kaleidoscope, he's going to go ahead and use Talismandra. And Talismandra is going to search out his Valkyries. Once he gets that Valkyries, he's going to go ahead and use that Kaleidoscope. And he's going to send out the Brio. I'll show you the Unicorn. Searching with the Herald, play Talon Slime, and Talon Slime is going to reveal the effect. Discards a Talismandra, and goes ahead and decides to go ahead and summon a Pencil Plume. With the plume, he's going to go ahead and recur one of his ritual monsters. So he decides to go back for the Brianna, and sets a card face down. Since I drew Shaddoll Fusion, I'm trying to bait out any Ash Blossoms before activating it, because it does get stopped by Ash, which not a lot of people are aware of unless they read the actual text of the card. So I go ahead and use a lure first to try and bait anything out. This is fine. Unfortunately, draw into the Elephant, and Elephant is the only target here in this deck for the Naturia Beast play. So unfortunately, I did draw that. So with the lure, I'm going to bash my Falco. Since Falco really isn't going to be much of an option this game, I decided to go into my Shaddoll Fusion and use my Dragon and my Squamata to go ahead and bait out the face down, if it was anything. And unfortunately, the card that he has face down was a card by the grave, and he removes the Squamata. So to do a Mass Change second in my hand, what I decide to do is I go ahead and attack the Manju, and in the battle phase, I'm going to go ahead and use Mass Change second to go into Dark Law. Since I did discard Nessie, I will go ahead and search out for my Danger Zone. And that Danger Zone will come in very clutch for this game, as you'll see in a minute. But Dark Law does attack the Unicorn. That way you will be able to still have the Dark Law effect active. And he's just reminding me here to add the fusion back to my hand. He stops a battle with Falc. So unfortunately I was not able to destroy it at the moment. So what I decided to do is I go ahead and set down both my Danger Zone and my Shaddoll Fusion. This is so that in case I miss with the Danger Zone, I still have a fusion face down. Luckily for me, I was able to go ahead and draw into a Danger Bigfoot, which I go ahead and happily discard with the Shaddoll Fusion to get rid of the Unicorn. So that way my Dark Law's effect will be active. So here he's going to use Talon Slime to go ahead and discard a Valk out of all cards to go ahead and summon out a Talismandra. Since he is using the incantations, he is locking himself out of his own extra deck. He goes for a Brio, and I immediately go ahead and change Dark Law's effect for when he adds, and I was able to hit the Brio. So unfortunately for him, he was not able to do anything with that. So I go ahead and use Monster Reborn to go ahead and get out Bigfoot. In my phase 2, I decided to go ahead and set my electromagnetic turtle. This is so that in case he does use Nekroz or Trishula, that way it does not get taken out of my hand, and most likely he will be either taking out the Dark Law or the Bigfoot. Since that back row, he pretty much knows it's Shaddoll Fusion at this point. So he goes for the Talisman for the Shell Slime and goes into the Candle. And so with the Candle, he's going to search for the Nekroz cycle. And I was able to remove Talisman from his hand. In this case, since he did keep the ritual, he's going to go ahead and use the Nekroz cycle to go ahead and get Brio out of his hand and return my Dark Law to my extra deck. That way I don't remove all his resources. Fortunately for me, I was able to draw into my Shaddoll Schemata, so I flip over my Shaddoll Fusion using the Electromagnetic Turtle, and I go ahead and use Schemata and Construct's effect to go ahead and thin through my deck. I decided to send a Beast and a Shaddoll Fusion since I'm not facing off against a deck that uses a lot of extra monsters. I really do not want to draw it. So using Beast's effect, I draw my other target for Naturia Beast, unfortunately, which is Parapara Surplus. So I decided to go ahead and attack with Construct towards the Candle, and using Bigfoot to attack into the Bria. Oh, since Brionac is special summoned, if I would have attacked with Construct, it would have just destroyed it with its effect, instead of giving any damage. And apart from that, Bigfoot was the bigger monster, so you do want to cause as much damage as possible. I decided to go ahead and set the Parapara for the same reason as before. I do not want to have it in my hand in case he does decide to go ahead and Nekroz his Trish for any reason if he was able to get that card out of his deck and onto the field. So at this point, the guy is top decking, and since he passed turn, I decided to be somewhat of a jerk. And not only did the Bigfoot effect discard the card itself, so I popped his Penspoon, I also just go ahead and attack him with both Construct and Bigfoot, link them away for Landfall Linkers, and just make Naturia Beast to end the game. As you can see, he's just gonna go ahead and really stall and just give up. As we're heading into game 2, I sighted in, I believe, some Vanity's Fiends to go ahead and combat that and call by the Graves. I was really surprised when I saw that he discarded a Chaos Max. I'm not sure why he was running that in the deck. So he's going to go ahead and use Candle's effect to go ahead and get a ritual. Summons at the Unicorn. And now he's going to go ahead and threaten with the Valken hand. As you can see here, I have 3 Shaddoll monsters in my hand and Shaddoll Chupacabra. I decided to go ahead and set both cards and use Chupacabra's effect to see if I'm able to get any additional effect. Luckily for me, he does hit Schemata. And I draw into my own Call by the Grave. I go ahead and get my Shaddoll Schemata effect. So now a Beast. And with the Beast, he does use Call by the Grave then. He allowed me to clean out my deck anyway, so I'm thankful for that. I decided to go ahead and sacrifice a chupacabra because I needed something to defend myself. I did not want to be losing any life points. So after going ahead and adding the Brionac and the Kaleido from the graveyard, you decide to go ahead and use House Slime. And after thinking about it, I decided not to go for it. As you can see, he did go ahead and go to the Trishula. I thought that it was going to activate the effect here, but then I realized after he did point it out, Called by the Grave will not allow my beast to go ahead and activate the effect. So here he's going to try and use the Clauseless effect and decide to go ahead and remove the Clauseless. That way it's going to hinder his summon. So now he has to take 2,500 from his own effect. So now I draw for turn, I draw my Shaddoll Dragon. Not the best option at the moment, so I decide to just go ahead and set my Falco. Since I do have a Solemn Judgment face down, I wasn't really afraid of what might happen, because he just passed his turn taking 2,500, so I'm pretty confident he does not have a Ritual in his hand. So he does decide to use it again, using another Candle effect, gaining that draw cycle. And he just decides to attack. I go for my beast, make sure that I can have something to draw next turn. He tries to go ahead and use a cycle. I decided to negate with Judgment, that way he goes ahead and takes another 25 at the end of the turn. And here you see that I draw the Rex Cat. I misclicked here, and I was trying to go ahead and flip summon it. He knows it was a beast since Falco does reveal the card before setting it face down. I draw into Parapero and I decided to get rid of it from my hand since I know I still have one more in the deck. And that way, here's what I did with Parapero. I decided to go ahead and attack with Beast to go ahead and cause myself to lose some life points via damage. So Parapero can go ahead and destroy the unicorn. And now, as you can see, I'm just going to go ahead and go into Rescue Cat and go into my Naturia Beast. After this, it's pretty much GG. And he gives up. I will have a link towards the deck profile if you have not seen this already. But on that note, I do want to thank you guys for watching. Please feel free to give a like and subscribe. And comment down below which changes you would make to the deck. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. See ya!